Hello everyone, Brad here with Custom Offsets. Got another episode of Lifts and Levels. This is going to be a different one. This is for something we've never had in this shop. So that's a good thing for differences because you get a little tired of doing the same thing over and over. So this is going to be a SuperLift 6-inch kit for 1980 to 96 Ford Bronco. F-150 would be similar, slight differences. This one in specific is going to be for the Bronco. This is the radius arm kit, and what that means is you're going to be replacing the factory radius arm with the new SuperLift radius arm, which is going to be this piece here and that piece here. The radius arm, of course, is what connects to the front axle and ties it to the frame of the vehicle. These trucks do use what's called a twin torsion beam or twin beam style front suspension, so they're a little goofy, but they do work well. So we got our new radius arms here, which there's a nice piece to keep everything in a line and make sure that nothing is going to be pulled back or anything like that, which you can have in certain instances. But you do also relocate the frame side mounts of the radius arm, which is going to be achieved by these brackets here. Basically, you're going to move the frame end mount down, drop that down with these brackets here to keep everything in line. The front lift is going to be achieved by the springs here. These are the new coil springs, so there's no spacers or anything like that up front to achieve lift. You're going to get simply new replacement springs, which on a truck this old is you probably should be doing anyway, because I'm sure the factory springs are clapped out by this point. New pitman arm, of course, which is something you see on older trucks like this all the time. Always getting the drop pitman arms, and then they also, SuperLift gives you new poly bushings for the radius arm mounts as well on the frame side end, which is just another nice thing because I'm sure they're shot anyway. The factory ones, sway bar relocation or drop brackets here. And let's see, one other thing to mention here is shocks. So this particular truck, Ford and Chevy back in the day, used to do the dual or auxiliary front shock option, which was a common thing where you'd have pretty much 4 shocks up front. So you will see here that we have 6 shocks in total. That's because this truck is equipped with the auxiliary or dual shocks up front, and obviously SuperLift offers that as an option if your truck is so equipped with that. So 6 shocks here. You can see these are just the standard white SuperLift shocks. They do not offer the Bilsteins, unfortunately, for this truck, but the SuperLift shocks should work pretty well, and they do ride pretty decent as well. And then for the rear of the truck, nothing special in the rear of these. It's just going to be a standard leaf spring truck. So we got the new blocks for the rear, new U-bolts, nuts, and all the hardware. And really that's about it. As you can see, not too many parts for these older trucks here, which is kind of nice and kind of different. But once again, 6-inch SuperLift for 1980 to 96 Bronco. We're going to go ahead and this is actually going to be on Junior's truck here. So let's get done. All right, guys, we got the Bronco up on the lift here. Remember, this is SuperLift 6-inch radius arm kit for the last gen Ford Bronco. And we're going to run through the components here. It's actually going to be pretty easy because all the new components are highlighted in blue, thanks to Junior here. So we got the new coil springs, which SuperLift provides. And the one really nice thing is these new massive radius arms. And as you can see, you actually have to move the radius arm mount back about 18 inches. It starts up here, and you have to move it all the way back here. You'll see they're bolted in now. The longer radius arm is pretty much going to prevent the axle once it drops down from pulling back as far because of this radius. The swing of the arm over the longer distance will keep it in place, meaning it'll keep it in place on a vertical axis better than a shorter arm would do. So long arms are better. As you've probably always heard about long arm kits and this and that. Longer arms are better in that sense when you lift the vehicle. New shocks here, these are painted black. They were the white ones, but Junior had them painted black. It's got the dual shocks up front, as you can see. And then the rest of the components are going to be the radius arm drop brackets, which you can see here for the driver's side radius arm, and then you got the passenger side radius arm drop bracket as well. The new pitman arm drop as well is going to be included in this kit. And then there would be a sway bar. The factory sway bar would be here, but we had an issue with the sway bar actually basically blowing through the end links. It didn't seem to work very well. It was binding up, so we actually just eliminated the sway bar on this vehicle. simply because the owner was okay with it. It's a Junior, and he doesn't really care. And he's not really worried about handling anyway, so we eliminated that. And then in the rear, as I mentioned, this is a 6-inch kit, but he only went with the 4-inch lift in the rear because he likes the squatty boy look. So as you can see, we got these small blocks under the leaf spring here, combined with the factory tapered block, and then the new U-bolts, and then you reuse the factory top plate as well, so just new U-bolts and nuts. All right, so that's gonna pretty much wrap up the 6-inch SuperLift kit for Ford Bronco. I should really say the year range, but I don't know.
We'll put it on screen.
Last gen Ford Bronco, whatever that was.